Check it out, 1, 2, microphone. Hey, if you're new to Dad with a Phone, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. But the first thing you need to realize is I don't care that you're here. Right? If we have a relationship built on there are 6 billion people in the world, 7 billion people in the world. If a few of them don't like me, I'm cool with that. So like I'm getting a lot of new messages and a lot of new followers. And I know like some of you are like, you're seeing stuff on Facebook about me. Here's the deal. I'll scoop everything you could find out about me on Facebook right now. I'm going to scoop it all so you can hear it from the jackass's mouth himself. I am a dad with 3 kids, and I've been married for 16 years to one woman. I live in the mountains of Colorado, in a small community called Woodland Park, Colorado. I have traveled the world. I have seen the world through a camera lens for over 25 years. Not until a few years ago did I step out in front of the camera. And so I used to be behind the camera. Now I'm in front of the camera. Some things that people will say about me. He's in it for the money. He's all about the money. He does this on the backs of victims for the money. Well, first of all, none of my channels are monetized to any ads. So when people say, oh, well, he's in it for the money, well, then I'm not in it for the money in the traditional sense that I could care less how many people follow me. I could care less how many people like or hate or dislike or say good things or say bad things. I'm not in it for the money. Money's cool, and I encourage you to give. Now, you could give to me, or you could give to Netflix. You could give to me, or you could give to Hulu, or Roku TV, or HBO, or I could go on and on and on and on and on down the entertainment screen content. You can give to whoever you want to. You can give to your church. You can give to your nonprofits. You can even give to victims. I never, ever put up any sort of, I have never to this very day put up any GoFundMe for a victim. I have not tried to make any money off any victim selling this or selling bracelets or doing this or doing any of that. So in it for the money off of victims is crazy. In it for your entertainment value? Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that when you watch a Dad with a Phone video, whether it be about true crime, whether it be about the fake pandemic, whether it be about a fishing video or a mountain lion hunting video, or Dad with the Phone went to jail with Patrick Frazee. That's another one you'll hear is Dad with the Phone is a criminal. I have never, ever in my life been convicted of a felony. The most major crime I've ever been convicted of is a misdemeanor. And at that, like the lowest of misdemeanors, just above a traffic misdemeanor. If you want to know more about that, you can go find out. I've done videos on it. I've done full hour, 2 hour, 3 hour videos on how to survive a night in jail with Patrick Frazee. I've been in more jails and been arrested. Hey, check this out. I'm always sad because they never run my international background check. I have been arrested in more countries than most people have visited. So when they say, oh, he's a criminal, he's been to jail. Hell yeah, I've been to jail. I've never been convicted of a felony. Never spent more than just some time in county jail for craziness. And most of the time when I get accused of something, it is because of dirty cops. And those dirty cops no longer work for the police stations in my local area. When I go to jail overseas, it's simple. I'm carrying a camera. And sometimes I take cameras where you're not supposed to take cameras. So do I break the rules with a camera? Absolutely. I stared down 5 dudes with guns on the side of a road in South Africa with my camera. And those guys could have shot me dead and nobody would have gave a crap. I've also stared down 5 thugs with guns up the street with badges as I had my drone in the air and told them, move along. You don't govern the air yet. And so do I have a disrespect for corrupt law enforcement? Absolutely. Do I have a respect for honorable law enforcement? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Something else you'll find out about me. Scoop, dad with the phone. My dad is a 50-year veteran of law enforcement. I grew up in not only a law enforcement family, but I grew up in a law enforcement family where my dad was head of the SWAT team. He was head of the tactical unit. He's worked on over 200 homicide cases. You can see and learn more about my dad at prior videos on Dad with the Phone. Scooping Dad with the Phone. What else can they say about me? Douche with the phone. Man, I can be the biggest douche with a phone the world has ever seen. When people say he's wicked, absolutely true. Man, if I did half the stuff in my heart or half the stuff that comes through my head, I am more wicked than most. But I try to live more honorable than most. I try to be more respectful than most. I try to be more reliable than most because I know how evil I am. I really do. I've been blessed with a life beyond comprehension. Literally, I live in one of the most beautiful places on earth. If you haven't seen pictures of my wife, you will soon. You can always trust a man on how quickly he brings up his wife. I have one of the most beautiful wives on the face of the planet. She gets more beautiful by day, by day, by day. If you haven't seen my children, you're going to meet Ella shortly, probably quickly. You'll see Isley every once in a while. And if you get a glimpse of my son, you may think he's my older daughter because he does have the most beautiful hair in the house. No freaking lie. Scooping Dad with the Phone. What else can they tell you about me? I love dogs. I've killed a horse. I've been on a lot of mountain lion hunts, a lot of elk hunts, a lot of deer hunts. Behind the lens, they'll call me an animal abuser. I know more about conservation and hunting than most. What else? What else do they say about me? Cindy said when I gave DWAP a good review, I got harassed. You know what? When you support good men, people harass you. Evil is very small. There are here's something else. There are literal Facebook pages dedicated about me that I didn't even set up. And if you ain't got a good hater page, if you're a YouTuber, a Facebooker, a blogger, if you're some sort of internet personality that think you are something, if you're somebody who's made it on the internet and you don't have a hater page, you haven't even scratched the surface. How did I get into true crime? A woman was murdered down the street from me. You may have heard of the case, the Kelsey Barrett case. Her husband, Patrick Frazee, I spent a night in jail with him, killed her down the street from me. I could drive out of my house here and be at where the murder happened in 30 seconds if I catch the light. I live in a small community of about 7,500 people. I started a Facebook page called the Woodland Park Underground. I literally talked about politics, the deer crossing the road, if we had a fire, a bonfire, a parade, kind of a community page, not a community group, a community page where I would show drone footage and video footage and all kinds of stuff around my community. Local news, something happened, people would call the underground. We'll call the underground, see what's up. Call the underground. By the way, I put my real face. This is my real face. I don't come in shadow accounts. I may have some shadow accounts, but I only have shadow accounts to fool Facebook, not to fool you. Understand this. There are people who hate me that if you go look at the profile of the person who makes the comment, they got 50 friends from all over the world and they know no one, right? They're fake shadow accounts. I don't use shadow accounts except to fool Facebook and to fool YouTube, but not to fool you, the viewer, not to fool you, the content consumer. If I say something, I say it right to your face on video forever. You can record this, use this against me. You can go back and use any video you want against me. I said it. And I have to be accountable for every word that comes out of my mouth. Scooping dad with a phone right now. So this is because I have a lot of new people. New cases mean new people. We are digging deep into the Suzanne Morphew case. We are looking at the Tisha Stout case. We've been following Gannon's case since the start. We are looking at the Heidi Brizard case out of Austin, Texas. We are looking at Mindy Lee's case, an unsolved murder right here in Woodland Park, and these cops didn't do nothing about it. Woman was found dead and covered up in snow and debris and barrels, and they called it a suicide. Said she died by hypothermia accidentally. So yeah, when you look at all these cases and you touch all these hot subjects, oh boy, do people want to come after you. But most of the people that come after me are organized through some other YouTube content creator. So you have to understand this. I am not a content consumer. You, on the other side of this camera, are a consumer. You consume content. Whether it be dad with the phone content, whether it be TV content, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, all of that, right? I don't do that. Now, I watch a Netflix show here, and there are some YouTubers that I follow, and there are some things that I do watch and consume. But on the whole, I'd rather be fishing. On the whole, I can watch a blade of grass and a zebra eat grass for 3 days, but I can't sit down and watch a sitcom for half an hour, right? My brain works differently. I don't consume a massive amount of content online. Now, I produce a hell of a lot of lives. And I heard someone say, dad with a phone is not, he's not reliable. Well, the only thing I promise to be reliable at is to bring you a lot of content. That's the God's honest truth. And if someone sits here and tells you that I don't produce content online, they haven't watched Dad with a Phone. They just got here. They're new. They're babies. They're babies in the family. And it's okay. You'll understand. You can go watch the history of content that I've produced on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I've tweeted live from courtrooms when they didn't let you. Did y'all just hear that? I have reported shit when the judge says you can't do it. I wasn't there, right? No, wait. I'm scooping dad right now, right? Everything they're going to tell you, I reported arrests before anyone knew there were arrests made. Everybody can watch those. I did it from shirtless from my bed. I have done some stuff to bring you content. That's the only thing I'm going to be reliable at. So if you watch the internet, mainstream media, Twitter, if you watch news organizations and you think you're getting reliable, accurate content, Come on. The only thing you're getting is that when you turn on Channel 5 is going to be there. That's all you know. They're reliable content. That doesn't mean they're reliable truthful. That doesn't mean they're reliable accurate. That doesn't mean they're reliable with the latest facts. So when someone comes after me and says, I'm not reliable, bitch, I'm reliable in delivering content. I'll stop on a hair's dime and drive across the state to go see something with my own eyes just to bring you along. Now, I don't necessarily do it just for you. I like to live this story. Like one day when we're watching Dateline with my grandkids, they'll be like, that's Grandpa up there. He watched this whole trial through on this new thing they called the internet, on this Facebook, YouTube lives, right? I do this for my children's children that maybe one day they will be able to watch Papa, Daddy with the phone. So it's not, some people say he's degrading to people. He calls his followers his children. Carol Baskin calls you cool cats and kittens. And she's a murderer. And she's got more followers than me. You know what I'm saying? It's other YouTubers call their followers crazy. If I call you my children, it's not out of disrespect. Most of my followers are older than me. Most of the people that watch me are like women 40 and older. I got some young cats too. I'm on the TikTok game. I got some TikTokers. Y'all don't even know what TikTok is if you're 60. So all I'm doing in this video is introducing my new followers to who I am. I can't believe I haven't been interrupted by a child yet. Can you not see me? Am I not focusing? I'm blurry. Normally, I do pretty good production, but have I been blurry this whole damn time? Oh, I got the sniffles. There we go. In focus. Casey says, I'm a young cat. I feel old now. I'm 50. Just got blurry now. Okay. I could be mean though. Sometimes I want to be mean. Like sometimes I'll get a troll. I'll read it. And it's not that it's bothered me. Oh, by the way, nothing that you say about me is ever going to bother me. You might get blocked though. I'll block a bitch quick. I'll ban someone from my page quick. It's my page. It's not your page. It's my page. This isn't a community group. This is my page. So if you came to Dad with the Phone, this isn't a group discussion. This is just my page. It's a Dad with a Phone page. I got a Dad with a Phone group where you can bitch and then you think I'm bad. Wait till one of my admins gets a hold of you. You'll be gone quicker than you're out. 7 billion people, remember? We can't please them all. I can't do anything about people who put smiley faces or laugh at your reviews. I'm sorry. If you put a review on Dad with a Phone, it takes balls because you might get ridiculed by a few people on the internet. There's a couple of things you can do. You can just block those people, and the most they can ever do is send you an emoji on a review. If you feel like someone is disrespecting you because you gave a review to Dad with a Phone, you can actually go remove your review. You know, if you feel like people are harassing you because you gave a review on Dad with a Phone, remove it. It takes cojones to put a review on my Facebook page because there are true evil, like 40-year-old virgins in their basement, right? I'm 41 years old. I ain't no virgin. I don't know why I just said that. I got 3 kids. One of them was born in my living room. Oh, I don't like doctors. I don't like hospitals. 100 years ago, we called them witch doctors. Pregnancy's not a sickness. You don't need to go to the hospital if you're pregnant. People have been having babies forever. Like since forever, since like we started. This is a normal part of life. I think we're in a fake pandemic. I think there is a small virus that's moving around. But remember this, when they tell you the death numbers from the COVID-19 virus, remember this. 65 to 85,000 people die from the common flu, and we have a vaccine for that. Like, nothing else needs to be said. Is there a new virus? Cool, there's a new virus. 100% fact. You can quote Dad with the phone. The human race has beat every virus that has ever hit planet Earth. We're still here, folks. Scooping Dad with the phone. You're getting like all my opinions super quickly for all the new folks. If you're an old hat, you've been here for a minute, thanks for joining us. You're not going to hear anything you haven't already heard. I'm trying to get these new folks for this new case caught up because I've got followers and likes and new subscribers over on YouTube coming in crazy like because of this new case in Colorado. And yes, you should be coming to Dad with the phone and you'll be getting some reliable content. Accurate as I can get it to you, as most truthful and honest as I can deliver it to you. And you know what? Have I made mistakes? Oh, I'll make a few. Shit, I may make 10 dozen. I'm still the best creator. I hadn't even started on this case with my drone work. People keep asking for drone work. Hey, we're going to the mountains. My wife, she's kind of got this new thing with following true crime as well, but she only likes to go in like real life. She don't follow it online. She's like, I want to go sit in the Patrick Frazee case. I want to go see this thing down happening. You going to try to drink my peach tea? Yeah. Only if you come say hi. So this is my middle child, Isley Rose. I came up with that name, Isley Rose Dalton. This is my girl. And she's taking my peach tea. All right. Yeah. Introduction. Boom. Dad with a phone. One of my children showed up. You won't see her as much as you'll see Ella. And like I said, if you see Zane, you're a true fan. If you see Zane and don't call him a girl, you're a real fan. So many people write me going, your girls are so cute. And it's a picture of Ella, Isley, and Zane. And I'm like, yeah, if you heard him talk, you would know he's not a girl. But yes, he does have beautiful hair. What else have they said about Dad with the phone? All kinds of stuff. They'll call me a scam artist. Again, I don't take any money from any victims. If you want to give me money, I will put a PayPal link at the bottom of the screen every once in a while. You can leave me a note. If you leave me a note, I may post that note, but I won't put your name. I'll post a note of encouragement. People need to see that good things happening. People do good things. Somebody sent me a PayPal this morning, and I hadn't even put my PayPal account out in a minute. Think of that PayPal account as I am a street beggar playing my guitar in the middle of New Orleans, and I take my hat off and I say, hey, if you want to put some change in the bucket, then put some change in the bucket. If you want to sit here and consume the content and never say a word, then consume the content and never say a word. If you want to comment, if you want to get in here, if you want to get on the thread and be all involved in the comments and engage, then engage. Then engage with it. Yeah. Have I made money off of cases? Let me be honest. I made money off video footage that I sold to a production house in the Patrick Frazee case. And I don't feel ashamed about it all. I've made money off footage my entire life. If I would have known 10 years ago that the world was consumed with true crime, I would have owned this genre. I would have owned it, right? So I have made money off of footage. I sold it to the Discovery Network. I've sold it to Oxygen Network. I did a Dateline where they purchased some footage from me, but I also did an interview on there. So have I made money off of cases? Yes. I've also spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours upon days of my personal time following these cases. Making money off footage is different than someone setting up a GoFundMe or selling bracelets with victims' names on it. So when people try to accuse me of making money off victims, it's very different than making money off a case where a woman was murdered up the street from me, and I happened to put some video cameras at the very start and followed the case through till the conviction of Patrick Frazee. Life in prison without parole, plus slap on an extra 100, slap on an extra 56. Plus 156 years. So yeah, I made some money off the Patrick Frazee case, and I'm not even apologetic about it. I had some of the greatest footage that case saw. If you can go back and watch it, you can go back and watch. Most of you got the coverage before the production house got the coverage. Some of the stuff that the production house got, you never saw, but most of it they got. Everything was posted online. What else? What else can they scoop? Who else? What else could they say about me? What else have they said about me? What else have they said about me that I haven't told you guys? The only reason I'm doing this is because I have received a flood of new likes, a flood of new followers. And so I know a lot of you are new to Dad with the Phone because of this new case that's just breaking in Colorado. The Suzanne Morphew case. I almost called her Suzanne Vallow. That's another case, Lori Vallow. That's a freaking crazy case, the Lori Vallow case. If I lived in Idaho, I would be there, kids. There was other Dad with the Phones that hunted down Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. So, what else? What else can they say? What else can they say about Dad with the Phone? They like to scream my name. That's something you'll hear me say. Say my name. If you're going to say something about me, at least say my name right. Dad with a Phone. They call me Douche with the Phone, Dirtbag with the Phone. What other nicknames will you get? Most of the people, again, like I said, most of the people who kind of troll me are trolling from other social media accounts. Social media content creators have their little followers. I'm not going to say any of their names. Very rarely will I say someone's name to go after them. There are a couple that have garnished names from me, and we've done stuff. I can tell you this: some of these YouTube creators have called the police on me. They have. I have a video recording that I could play for you where a girl calls the police because I tell followers to go unsubscribe from her YouTube channel. And she called the police. Now, the best part about this was that the cop that she actually called, he hated me. And there is this, this local law enforcement here in Woodland Park is corrupt as all get out. And they pad their pockets, they're pedophiles. There's a bunch of shit going on. But this local cop, he hated me. And there are some things that he said on that video when she called the cops, right? She recorded it for content. And when I got a hold of the recording, which I tricked her into, I had to trick this freaking content creator into it. I had to go on this little panel. It's such a great panel. She gets all fired up. She's like, I'm going to play this recording for you. Meanwhile, I'm recording it because I need that recording because I'm getting harassed by these cops. That cop no longer works here. End of story. Gone, fired, out the door, never to be in this little town again. The other day, the sheriff threatened me and said, It was a joking threat. It was a joking threat. We were at a coronavirus protest. We had a barbecue. They threw a barbecue. The sheriff was there. He was nice. Everything was cool. I asked the sheriff, I said, "Hey, sheriff, you going to write me tickets today?" And the sheriff said, no tickets today. But if I was going to write a ticket, you'd be the first one I wrote. That's what he told me. He said it in a joking manner. So in a joking manner, I replied, "I need content, sheriff, right away. Like, write the ticket. I'll take a ticket. I'll go to jail and I'll spin that shit into content so quick. Oh, I sold mugshot t-shirts, a mugshot shirt. I sold a shirt with my mugshot on it to pay my lawyers, and it pissed the cops off." That's brilliant, by the way. If you're a content creator, if you're a consumer, whether you like, if you're a hater, if you're a troll, you have to admit that's brilliant. The dude sells mugshot t-shirts to pay his lawyer fees, which then he gets his case dismissed. That's freaking brilliant. I don't care who you are. Scooping Dad with the phone. I'm trying to tell you everything about me so you don't have to ask the questions, right? It's way better if we can just get to know each other quickly if you're new here. So if you're new here, I hope you're watching this video and you're getting an understanding of who I am. I am not media. I am not. Here's another one. Dan May, the district attorney in the 4th Judicial District, I quote from the Patrick Frazee case, "Michael Dalton is not media. He is a member of the general public." That's a quote from inside the courtroom of the Patrick Frazee case, because people try to get pissed at me for releasing information, for talking about this case, right? They want to get pissed because when I go out a case, I drive across the state so I can see it with my own 2 eyes, and I can take you there with my cell phone. You know, this is the first time in history. I have worked in the media industry for 25 years, and I'm telling you, it used to take semi-trucks to do what I'm doing right now in my living room, and that amazes me. I can take my cell phone into the mountains, and I can bring you with me, and I can broadcast live across the world because, see, 7 billion people in the world. If all the Americans hate me, I got people in Australia, Europe, Switzerland, Russia, China, Tokyo, all over the world watching with my cell phone. It used to take semi-trucks to do that. That amazes me. That amazes me that that's the world we live in, that Dad with the phone has a television station from his living room where right now 332 people and only 69 likes. What the hell, people? Can y'all give me a like on Facebook or something? Like on YouTube? How can I have 329 people, 360 people watching and only have 69 likes? I'm not in this for the likes, people, but come on. I'm trying to bring y'all content. Y'all can't even push a button. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, what else can I tell you about Dad with a phone? I'm trying to bring y'all up to speed. See, Nicole from Australia watching Down Under at 5 a.m. in the morning. That's why I do this shit. That makes me happy. In what other universe have we ever been able to speak with someone I've never met? You're in my living room right now. Remember, I ain't trying to hide. Now, every once in a while, I'll throw a green screen up. Every once in a while, maybe I'll go dark. Oh, I homeschool my kids. The reason I homeschool my kids, a couple of reasons. One, the public education system is archaic. Now, silver lining, in the COVID-19 fake pandemic, the educational system has had to have an upgrade overnight. Some have done it good, some have done it bad. What people are going to learn is that if your kids go to traditional public school, forget about it. Put them in virtual school, but forget about your locals. Forget about the school that you were assigned by your district. You go out and find the best virtual teachers for your kids. You go out and see, my kid's been doing video class for a minute. You guys just got introduced into it. I don't even like to say we homeschool. We try to unschool our kids. I will teach my kids how to learn, and then they can learn what they want to learn. I got a 13-year-old boy. I will admit, I know nothing about parenting teenagers. But there, a few months ago, we sent my son to a very small program through a public school. It's an aerospace lab, and he gets to go fly gliders. He gets to go parachute. He gets to go hot air balloon. He gets to do cool shit, build drones, build airplanes. So like 13 years old, he could have his pilot's license by age 14 if he wanted to. And so like teach your kids. Oh, Superstar just walked in. You want to come say hi? These are for the new people. These are new people to Dad with a Phone.
Hi.
What's your name?
Ella.
Ella. Ella, do you like doing lives with Dad?
Yes.
Look right here in this camera.
Yes.
And what is your favorite color? Because everybody always asks you.
For the last time, purple.
Okay. And what do you like? What's one of your favorite hobbies?
Hobby? I don't even
What do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do with your dad for fun?
Fishing.
Perfect. What else? Let's see. Let's tell something about. What else can we tell people about you that they may not know?
I have no idea.
Were you born in a hospital?
No, I was born in this house.
What else?
I like ladybugs.
Perfect. Get out of here. Go play. Kid number 2. If you're new to Dad with a Phone, I'm a real dad, like with real kids. So sometimes I disappear for a while. Sometimes we go camping. Oh, come here. I'm also a dog lover. If I could make money from training dogs, as I pull my bulldog over here, if I could make money from training dogs, which I probably could. I know some of the best dog trainers in the world. Maybe if I just commit to training dogs, I would train dogs for a living. This is the General. The General has his own Instagram. What else could you know? The General has his own Facebook page that every once in a while I pop up on when I get put in Facebook jail. So if you see the General commenting, oh my God, it's from me. Oh my God, it's a shadow account. He's commenting from a shadow account. It's his dog's account. I had to get this dog a fake ID so I could get him on Facebook. What else can I tell you? Oh, I don't have a lot of admins. I only actually have, there's only one admin that I've never met. Like I've never physically touched. That is an admin, whatever. That is an admin, right? So I have one admin that's not someone I know, or not someone that I physically know or have been a part of their life. They came into my life via social media. I have one admin that came into my life via social media, but has since moved to Colorado. I've spent time with her and her husband. I actually stayed in their house one time when they weren't even there. They just gave me their house. They were like, go stay in our house. That's what they said. They said, go stay in our house. And I was like, cool, it's closer to the lake. I'll go stay in your house. But I met her through social media. She's an admin. And then I have like a real admin. When I say a real admin, this person has access to literally shut down all my pages. And that person is someone that I've known as long as my wife. Hey, as a matter of fact, I met this woman at the same time as I met my wife over 16 years ago. Since then, I actually married. I performed. Yes, I was. I'm not anymore, but I was a licensed minister in the state of Colorado, and I actually performed that admin's wedding. That's how well I know them. So I think, and my wife's an admin, and then like my sisters. So my sisters never get involved, but I think I made one of my sisters an admin for the simple fact that if I ever go missing, I want her, the first thing she does is goes and changes all my social media account passwords so that, or takes over my page. Because when you work in the true crime world, the cops screw with you, the attorneys screw with you, everybody, you're screwing with people's jobs. If cops are doing a poor job and you call them out, you're screwing with people's jobs. If the DA does something bad, or if the attorneys are doing some crazy shit during a case and you call it out, you're screwing with people's jobs. So people get upset. You talk about the sheriff. The sheriff is in partners with the guy who owns a hog farm and is like a special forces some bitch. They make people disappear. So if I disappear, you guys got to go nuts. And then and don't create a page. Remember I told y'all about the hater pages? Don't create a page called Shut Down Dad with a Phone. Create a page called What Happened to Dad with a Phone. Oh, hey, thanks for joining Dad with a Phone. If you're a new follower, I hope this has been an informative little glimpse. I hope that the rumors that you hear about the internet, I hope they brought you here. I hope someone said that dude is a douchebag and you were like, I got to go see who this douchebag is. And I hope you end up becoming a follower and a fan and that you're here for many, 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 many years to come. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. I think y'all got the low down, quick, dirty scoop on Dad with a Phone. And so if you're new to true crime, if you're new, and by the way, I don't only do true crime. Some days you'll get up and you'll be like, is this dude a fishing show? Does this guy have a real job? Oh, do I have a real job? I have been my own boss for 25 years. 30 years, 40 years, however long I've been alive. Have I worked for companies? Absolutely. Have I worked for other organizations? Absolutely. Do I have a real job? I can tell you this. I have a real life and I live it to the fullest. And I will never live the same day after day, get to the end of my life and say I lived or something like that. Whatever the cool quote is. Do I have a real job? Bitches be commenting from their basement, asking me if I got a real job. I take y'all to work sometimes. Calm down, folks. Calm down. I'll tell you this. I have worked for presidents. I have dined with kings. And I know what it is to eat beans and rice. You know what I'm saying? Do I have a real job? Scooping Dad with a Phone. Y'all probably learned some shit. You might not have. You might have heard something new. You might not. Are there other secrets we will talk about as you become and join this family of misfit kids? Yes. Will I say stuff to piss you off? Yes. Will I say inappropriate stuff? Yes. Will I lie to you? Yes. I will at some point, probably. I try not to. Sometimes I tell a good story and like there's like a light, there's like an icing lie, right? Sometimes it's like, that's why sometimes I try to tell people this is for entertainment purposes only, right? Because I'm a storyteller at heart. And so not every story has to be true to be a good story, to be entertainment. So if you're here for facts, go fact check the internet. You know what I'm saying? If you're here for news, I can tell you the news people I like, but I'm not news. If you're here for journalism, screw off. I'm not a journalist. I can barely read and write. I'm self-diagnosed dyslexia. See, it's real. It's a real thing. Self-diagnosed dyslexia. Truth is, I probably am dyslexic. What else? I dropped out of school when I was 15. I went back to college though. Traveled the world. What else? Been in jail. Got a mugshot shirt to prove it. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, that's Generals and Muffins. I've been on since the underground. Love your channel. My damn go to the morning with coffee and a cigarette. Where at? You're awesome. Thank you. Utah. Where is everybody at? Oh, and are you new to Dad with a Phone? Are you watching right now and you're new, like you just came the last few days? I definitely want to see that. I'll read that comment. What was my major? I majored in figuring out that I wasn't good at school. I did 2 years, didn't graduate with any degrees or anything from college. I heard this. I heard somebody asked Gary Vaynerchuk. It was a mom with her kid, and they asked Gary V, can you instill in my son, can you tell my son how important college is? And Gary V looks at the mother and says, are you going to pay for his college tuition? Like, you're not going to make him take out loans for his college tuition? And the mom says, I'll pay for every dime of it. Gary V looks over at the boy and says, go enjoy a 4-year vacation. See, here's the deal. Education is archaic. The best quote I've ever heard, 75, 80-year-old man right here in Woodland Park said to me one time, he said, Michael, for years, the professors held the keys to the gates of knowledge. That's what he said. He said, for years, the professors have held the keys to the gates of knowledge, saying that the professors have held the keys to education and learning and academic, right? He said this, but today there are no fences. That's Ella. Today there are no fences. And so, yeah, educational system, in my opinion, is archaic. It has taken an upgrade over the last month, and it will get better and better as parents begin to realize, you know what, that teacher at our local school ain't so hot on virtual school, but there's this other one up in New York. She does amazing stuff through virtual learning. Or this one in China who does amazing stuff. Or this one in Russia or Germany. Or we like this teacher out of Australia. So education needs an upgrade. Arizona, I've been here. New to your channel since Suzanne Morphew case from North Idaho. I live in the Denver, Colorado area. Boom! Oh, you lived there from 91 to 2000. I like a new one. See, we got new followers that have just learned a little bit about Dad with a Phone. So when they go to all the other pages, all the other Facebook groups, oh, you can quote me in saying this. I think I pinned this quote. It has been said that when there's blood on the streets, buy property. I learned through the true crime world, when there's blood on the streets, start a Facebook group. Because that's what all of you follow in the true crime world, are all these Facebook groups. The only group I started Mindy Lee, A Mother's Journey for Answers. You can go check out that group. I started a Jepsy page, Jepsy Kalungi, another case that I followed that I need to do a follow-up and give you guys an update on. And Dad with a Phone group. Other than that, I don't start groups anymore. They're just too crazy. Like overnight, somebody becomes a leader of 10,000 people and they weren't even elected. And so now you are subjecting yourself to people who were not elected. Like mine's a page. This is my page. If someone wants to start a page and they want to get, oh, by the way, we just hit 20,000 followers. And they want to get 20,000 followers on their Facebook page, then that's cool, right? Then that people are following their content for a reason. If you start a group, shit, I could start a group if I started a group about every case I did, they would all grow, right? Instead, we kind of focus it at Dad with a Phone group. And I don't even admin that page. I'm an admin, but I don't block people or kick people off. I get messages and I'm like, I don't give a crap. Kick them off, block them. 7 billion people in the world. Once they're gone, there's room for someone else. We don't like a lot of negativity. If you're going to sit here and call me a douchebag, I don't even let my dad call me a douchebag. You think I'm going to let you call me a douchebag on my page? I'll ban you. It's not because I'm chicken shit. It's damn sure not because you're saying something that's truthful. It's because I don't need you, right? Just like you don't need me. If I'm gone tomorrow, you'll find some other yahoo in a freaking living room to follow, right? But I know that there are some of you that enjoy the content Dad with a Phone puts out. And I love that. I love it. I love that on any given moment, I could be on someone's screen in Australia, Utah, California, New York. And so, hey, thanks for joining. We just did 52 minutes of nothing. I hope you learned a little bit about me. We'll see you guys. I'm back. Psych. I saw a comment just now about tattoos. I have tattoos. So I'm working on my Colorado tattoo here. I got a trout. This will be a trout. I got a full. Oh, can't see that one, can you? Wait, this way. Wait, this one. Full color piece going around my calf. I got a bear on my back. I got Willie Nelson on my shin. I got Bob Marley. I got Bob Marley on my leg. And I'm about to get Jesus so that I have Jesus, Bob Marley, and Willie Nelson, all the prophets. I have got tattoos up and down. That's the story of David and Goliath. If you don't know the story of David and Goliath, that's David holding the head of Goliath. Someone mentioned my Gannon heart tattoo. I got that so I never forget Gannon. I drive down the road and really it's kind of a heart for all the children that have been taken in domestic cases like that. I have a chest piece, but I'm not going to pull up my shirt right now because I don't want them to cut this video off for nudity. We'll see you guys later. Scoop and Dad with a Phone. My daughter just scooped me. So I have to tell you this story that if you're just showing up, this one's a good one. I don't know if I don't know if I've ever told this online. So again, scooping dad with a phone. For real. Scooping dad with a phone. My daughter just said, "You missed one thing," and I hadn't ended the broadcast. I said, "What did I end? What did I miss?" This one's going to be fun. I don't think I've told this story, but my kids know about it, right? Um, when I was 12 years old, I was 12 years old, 11 years old. I was 11 or 12 years old. I was put in a mental hospital. No shit. Have I ever told this story online? I don't think I've ever told this story. So, my dad worked for a large ministry, super large, like crazy large, like still one of the largest televangelists in the world. My dad had a private police force that guarded this guy, was head of security for his ministry. He traveled a lot, was out of town and stuff. My mom, I actually got in trouble at school. Go figure, 11-year-old, 12-year-old dad with a phone, got in trouble at public school, and I got suspended for like a week from school. It was like the last week of school I got suspended into the summertime. Sucked. I don't remember what happened exactly, but my mom wanted me to mow the grass and I got mad. I had a terrible anger as a little kid. I was like a red-headed fireball child. And I got super angry and I was mad and I was screaming and cussing, being like a little 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid out of control. I should thank God my son is so mellow and my kids are so awesome because I was a hell child. I was a hell child. Can y'all imagine dad with a phone as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid? Shit. Y'all think I didn't have any disregard for authority now? Y'all should have seen me as a child. Now I know there are consequences to your actions. So I'm a 12-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid. I can't remember. I was like middle school. And I've been suspended from school the last week of school. My dad's out of town, and my mom tells me to go mow the grass. To this very day, I hate mowing the grass. And I was like, I ain't mowing the grass. And through my dad was a police officer. We had guns in the house. We had guns all over the house. My dad had guns safe, but I was like an 11-year-old, 12-year-old boy. I knew where my dad kept all the guns. Now, I also had been to the gun range. I knew gun safety. I knew all these things. My dad's out of town. I get mad or crazy. Right now, there's a dresser that's in my house that was my dresser as a child. I'm looking at the very dresser that was in the room at my house. The very dresser, that red one, it wasn't red. It's an oak dresser underneath that red. It's been painted. It was an oak dresser natural. That very dresser was in my room. I went and I got one of my dad's pistols. I remember it was a 38 special. It was like a 6-shot revolver. I went and got one of my dad's guns. I took the dresser and I pushed it in front of my door. And I told my mom, I'm not mowing the grass. And if you try to make me mow the grass, I'm going to kill myself. 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy. My mom calls my dad. My dad says, call the police. The police show up. So now I'm a 12-year-old boy. This is gonna be food for. If I haven't told this story, this is the greatest scoop on Dad with a Phone. There's nobody on the internet that can tell you something about me like this. except for me and maybe my mom. My mom should tell this story. I should have my mom on. Oh, dude, that would be a great show. Because I've had my dad on the show. I should have my mom on the show. And then the show should be called The Day Grandma Called the Cops on Dad with a Phone. Anyway, the cops show up. Now, the story gets even better because I was never going to shoot myself. I believe too much. That's the problem. Oh, I'm a man of faith. I can't even believe I didn't tell y'all that. That's a scoop. But that's a whole nother story. We could go into religion. I can talk religion all day. I did tell y'all I was a licensed minister, so I kind of told you. The cool thing is that when I put this freaking dresser in front of my door, I wasn't going to kill myself. I believe too much in the afterlife. I'm going to be cursed with a long life. I probably have never truly had a suicidal thought. I am too scared of the Creator. Bottom line. There's nothing on this earth that I fear more than God himself. And so at that point, get out of here, girl. I'm telling a story.
Hey, Dada.
Yeah.
Have Karen got back yet?
Nope. Get out of here. I'm finishing up a live. I just said, what did I just say? Are you growling at me? We're going to go somewhere here in a little bit. All right. Where am I at with this story? How did I get into a mental hospital? Put the dresser. This is a story that was brought on by my almost teenage daughter. So you can thank Isley for this one. I put the dresser in front of the door. Told my mom I'm not mowing the grass. Said these things. I'm waiting for my youngest to get out of here. Get on. Eating candy. Said whatever I said. Cops were called. Cops show up. At this time, though, I'm not going to shoot myself. I'm not going to shoot the cops. I'm not going to do any of this. I take model rockets. You know the model rockets? You put little engines in. You put the little electronics in. You set them up. Shoot them up in the air. I have model rockets. 12-year-old kid. Model rockets pointed at the door. I'm like, screw this. I'm never going to shoot up. I never had thoughts of shooting up school. People want to say, oh, this is Michael. You would have been one of our school shooters. I'm not that crazy. I believe in the afterlife. That's the difference between me and everybody else is we have to actually pay for what we do here. And so I've never had suicidal thoughts. Even if I said I was a 12-year-old and was going to kill myself, I wasn't going to kill anyone. I pointed rockets at the door because at the cops, I told the cops, you come in this door, I'm shooting rockets at you. Cops came in, rockets went off, cops kicked the rockets. That's a mess. Nothing got, maybe burned some carpet. They don't arrest me. They don't take you to jail. They take me to the hospital. They put an 11-year-old into a temporary adult psychiatric ward. I remember this. This is very vivid in my memory. These were real crazy people, like real nuts people, like people talking to the walls, people talking to craziness going on. I'm in this like little temporary. It was at John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas. This is the greatest scoop on Dad with a Phone you're ever going to get. If you stayed for the end of this video, you're getting it. You're getting it today. They put me in this mental facility with all these people for observation. Then they transferred me from there to the child unit because I think I was 11 or 12, or I was about to turn 12 because they put me in the unit that had the children like 5 to 12, like 5 to 12-year-olds. But then I was a tall kid. I was like pretty much bigger than all the other kids. And so then they moved me from that unit over to the teenage unit with kids that were like 13 to 18. My roommate, this is something I'll never forget. My roommate, I have told this story, was Lamont Duncan. you can look up this name to this very age in the Texas Department of Corrections. Lamont Duncan would go on to commit murder and be one of the most violent gang criminals in the world. He was arrested and is serving life in prison without a chance of parole in Texas. He was my roommate in this hospital. I was 12, 11 or 12. He was like 16, maybe 15, 16 at the time. I remember when big black, or he was a mulatto mixed kid. He was like half white. His mom was white. His dad was black, but he was a real light skinned, big built, dark kid, black kid. And I remember I got there. He's like, they're going to put you on medicine. Do you want to take your medicine? I was like, I ain't taking no medicine. And they started giving me medicine. And he told me, he's like, just put it on your tongue, bring it, like act like you show him you're going to do it real quick. Boom. And bring me your medicine. I'm like, sweet. And they were giving me lithium at the time, put me on lithium, but I didn't take it. Lamont took it. I remember that I ended up, and so then we had to go to court. And this was crazy because at this point, my mom tells me it was out of their control a little bit. It's hard. We have me and my mom starts crying about this every time we talk about it. Every time she's probably crying right now watching this. But I had to go to court, and like my mom had to get up in the stand, and like I didn't get charged with any crimes. Like this wasn't a crime, or it was a crime, but it wasn't a crime. It was like they didn't like charge me with anything, right? But we had to go to court because they wanted to commit me to one of these mental institutions for like a certain period of time. My mom had to get up and testify against me. Think about that. This is my mom. I love my mom. The great parents. They committed me to this hospital, I think for like 3 months. I think it was like 3 months. It was like my summer of my 11th or 12th grade. It was like the whole summer. I remember it. And think about this. When you come back to school, the rumors, they were like, he killed his neighbor with an axe. That's what the rumor, I remember the rumor was. I swung an axe or something at my neighbor. Nevertheless, scooped dad with a phone. When I was 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, I don't think I went to a mental hospital. Maybe I did. Maybe it was just all in my mind, but I was in a mental institution. And that I do not believe any hater has ever scooped. So if you stuck around for the to be continued, the encore of this live video, you got something that I don't even know if I've ever told that story. There's probably some details. I hope I get some new me's. I hope I get some new jib jabs that get put out about me. Maybe even a hater page will come out about the 12-year-old story when dad with the phone was in a mental institution. That's some good shit right there. That's good content. I don't care who you are.